Hey guys, so today I'm doing a updated what's in my kit video. As you can see, this is a Zuca carrying case. This is a Zuca Artist Pro. I will leave the link down below to the specific model that I have in case anyone's interested in purchasing the same one, or you want to learn more about the case itself. So I'm going to start off with the right side pocket. Honestly, the only thing I have in here is a hand mirror and these are some clean dental bibs. I don't really use this often, but if there's like a mess I need to clean, or if I am somewhere where I can't use the sides of my chair as a table, then I like to set those down in case, anything spills. That way I don't ruin anybody's table, or, if I'm in a hotel, I don't want to mess that up either. But that's it for the right side. Now on the left side, I have some hand sanitizer. I have this little fan. Actually, a client gave that to me, and it just helps to, if I need to dry the setting spray faster, or the eyelash glue, and it's just like a nice little treat for them because it feels nice, especially if it's hot or something. Then I have these Miss 3D lashes. These I use when a client wants like extra glam, something really dramatic, as opposed to the regular lashes that I stock in my kit. And I do charge a little bit extra for those just because it's an extra expense. But I include regular lashes in my makeup price. And in the inside pocket, I have these different lengths of individual cluster lashes that I do use often. Most of the time I do use these Cara brand lashes. They're pretty comparable to the Ardell ones. They're just a little bit cheaper. So, as an artist, you want to cut costs where you can. And then I have some Costco makeup wipes in case somebody has, actual full makeup on or something, or they need to remove. And then I just have this little random extra mascara. It's just like a little mini that I got from something. And the only other thing I really have in here is this Graftobian powder foundation palette. I don't use this all the time, but especially when people want like very light coverage, or if I want to add extra coverage when setting somebody's foundation instead of using translucent powder, I do use this, but I don't use it all the time, so it's not really like my go-to. I usually just set with translucent powder and use liquid foundation. So this is my handy dandy brush case. I've had this for quite some time. I think it was like 10 bucks on eBay, but I really like it because it zips closed, so I don't have to worry about brushes falling out or getting lost. I also have these little Eve Pearl plastic palettes on here, which are super helpful, especially when you're doing multiple clients back to back. You're not necessarily going to have time to go wash your hands completely of like any concealer or eyeliner or lipstick that you put on your hand, so it's just easier for me to use those, and it's just cleaner. Also, in case you have to touch somebody up before, if you put lipstick on them and then they ate and now you're leaving and they're like, oh, can you put some lipstick on me again, it came off, or whatever, then you already have the color, you already have it right there, and it's just whatever combination you used on them. So that also saves time. For the most part, on the right side, it's just eye brushes, some tweezers, some little scissors, and then one of the most important parts is these metal spatulas, because that will help remove any like concealer from cream palettes or lipstick. That way you're not touching anybody directly with your products and your kit is safe and clean. In the middle, in this pouch, I just have extra mostly face brushes because they don't all really fit here. Then I have, you know, like cheek brushes, concealer, foundation, and primer. That's about it for that. I really like this case. I've bought other ones, like I had a brush folio, which is a stand-up one, and those are really nice, but as a bridal traveling artist, you don't always have enough room to like set it up. So this is just, you know, works better for me, and it's easier when you're getting out of there. Usually I will, if I don't have an extra bag or something, I'll empty this and put any dirty brushes in here. That way none of the dirty ones touch the clean ones, and then I can just wash it when I get home. So this is where the real fun begins. This is like the real, you know, foundation, no pun intended, of the kit. And this is my face bag, I guess, face pouch. So here I have the Graftobian HD Glamour Cream, the neutrals, and I depotted these into a view set, which is very helpful. And then if I run out of any color or the person wants to know what color I used on them, I have them on the back. I mostly use these for like contour or highlight colors if the person wants like, you know, extra glam look, or sometimes just to mix it in with foundation for like a very specific color match. So if somebody's like really, really fair or deeper toned or olive tone, then I can mix a little of this into it and it just gives a really nice coverage. Then next I have the Eve Pearl Pro palette, and this is everything that comes in the Pro palette. So down here is like the cream blushes, and then those are foundation and concealers. I believe this is a mattifier, and then like a liquid illuminator, and then this is a lip treatment. I also use this for the same purpose, and also when somebody has really dry skin, sometimes I just do cream foundation instead of liquid. And then, let's see, I have a little mini Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. This is Ben Nye Neutral Set Powder, then Ben Nye Banana Powder. I got these containers. These actually spray out the powder from Qosmedix.com, and I'll link all the places where I get different stuff down below if you're interested in purchasing for yourself or your kit. Then I have MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Powder. Yeah, it's transparent finishing powder or whatever. And then MAC Fix Plus. And I have this little random Bella Pierre Cosmetics, and it's a corrector palette. Honestly, I rarely use it, but I carry it just in case somebody has a lot of redness, but usually with full coverage foundation and concealer, it's not even really necessary, but I carry it just in case. Then the way I divide my, so as you can see, it's like pouches within a pouch. So the way I divide it is by color range. So this is my fair and light, and I have within the pouch, I'll have like the concealer separate, just because some of them are glass tubes, like the Shape Tape and the MAC Pro Longwear are glass, so I don't want them to clunk around and, you know, kill each other. And I depotted all my Lancome foundations for my kit into these little mini bottles just because it takes up way less room and it's just more efficient for me. And then I just label them, that way I know what shade it is. And so this is a Lancome foundation. Then we have MAC Face and Body, MAC Studio Fix, and then Shape Tape, the matte one. And then Fairly Light Neutral by Tarte. So that's it for the foundation. Then the concealers for the fair and light, I just have 2 Shape Tapes and then 1 Urban Decay Naked Skin, which I really like as well, and then 1 MAC Pro Longwear shade. So that's it for the fair slash light complexion product bag. Okay, so moving on to my medium slash tan foundation and concealer bag. I have MAC Face and Body again. Studio Fix. Another Tarte foundation. And a couple Lancome ones. Oh, and I had this little sample Fenty one, which is helpful. And then the concealers are the same. There's a couple more in here. Mainly the liquid concealers that you're going to see is either MAC Pro Longwear, Urban Decay Naked Skin, or Tarte Shape Tape. Those are my go-to liquid concealers, and I just have a couple shades of each for each, you know, foundation tone family bag. Yeah. So, and before I get started on my deep slash dark tone bag, I just wanted to put a disclaimer that, you know that I have a lot of stuff. Obviously, when I first started out, I didn't have this many foundations or this many, products in general. But this is just what I have accumulated throughout my time, and, now that I'm able to, I do have separate foundations, not just by tone, but by finishes, because sometimes, you're going to get somebody who's really, really dry, or who wants like very full coverage look, or somebody who wants like a very light, natural, barely there look. So I just want to put it out there. You do not need to have this many foundations to have a good kit, but you do, however, want to have a good range of colors to suit different ethnicities, different skin types, But that's it. I just want to say that before anybody's like, oh my gosh, do you need that many? So again, another MAC Face and Body, some Lancome, another Tarte. And as you can see, this is, I believe it's still the darkest tone for Lancome Tinty Doll. And honestly, this combined with any of these darker tones, I know sometimes it's harder for women of color, especially with deep tones, to find a foundation. And, I totally understand that, because there's so many different ones on the market that are just really, really red, or they just, they don't complement someone's skin tone. They just kind of mask it, or they just don't look good. But basically, with my kit, anybody that sits in my chair, I will have either their color or things that I can mix together to make the right color for them. Because you always want to make sure, especially if you're a freelance artist and you're working solely events and stuff like that, you want to have a color for anyone of any age, any ethnicity, any skin tone, texture. You want to have a color that's right for them, because that is a big deal. Luckily, a lot of brands now are starting to branch out and make more colors, but I just want to put that out there. That you always want to have a really deep tone. Even if you don't use often, or you don't have darker skin clients often, you do want to have an option in case you do get a client, because that's the worst thing, especially for a wedding or a special event, that they hire you and then you show up and you're like, oh, oops. That's just unprofessional, and, you can't be taking jobs if you can't accommodate anyone. So that's it for the face bag. So I'm going to close this up and then move on to the next one. So moving on, this is my lip slash skin prep pouch bag, whatever. For this, in this little bag, I have a bunch of powder puffs, some micellar water, I have extra puffs, and then some cotton pads to cleanse the face with. And I always do that just because you never know, somebody's moisturizer or serum that they use, it might work great for them, but it might mess with the foundation and face products that you use. So just to be safe, I like to cleanse their face even if they don't have anything on it but moisturizer, just to ensure that it doesn't mess with, you know, whatever I put on. And then I have a little alcohol bottle, some brush cleaner, and another little spray bottle. The brush cleaner is actually Cinema Secrets, which I love. It really deep cleans. I don't really use it often, but I just carry it just in case. Generally, I try to have enough brushes for the amount of clients that I'm going to have that day so that I don't have to spot clean in between. But, you know, if you have to, then you do want to have a good brush cleaner that will completely remove, you know, any residue. So for face prep, I have Embryolisse Lac Creme Concentrate, Embryolisse Hydra Matte, which I use quite often, Eve Pearl Face Therapy. Then I have a little strobe cream from MAC. I have the MAC Fast Response Eye Cream, which I use on everybody and everybody loves. And then I just have a liquid illuminator by Qosmedix. Most often I don't really use this on the face, but more for like their body if they, you know, want that added shine. And then for primer, I use Smashbox Photo Finish, or the Smashbox, the pore minimizing photo finish. So that's it for that side. Then we have these lip palettes. And these I actually, you know, again, I depotted a bunch of lipsticks and put them in a view set. These are the colors that I mostly use. You know, I do have some darker, a little bit brighter ones, but for the most part, this is what I use for bridal. And again, just like my other view set, I like to keep, if I can, like for these lipsticks, I had the labels, so I just took them off the tube and put them on there. That way, if somebody loves the lipstick, then they know. And then for these, I actually had to like print the label on my little label maker, and then that way, if they want to purchase it or they just fall in love with it, then they know what it is. And then I have a little bag of just a bunch of different lip liners. Lip liners, I would say, is one of those things where if you're just starting out or you're trying to build your kit, you do not need to spend $20 on one lip liner, because for one, you need the kind that are going to sharpen just for sanitation reasons, so you're going to be running down them really fast. So I have like some Urban Decay ones that I got in like a set. I have a bunch of NYX LA Girl ones, you know. So definitely, if you're just building your kit now, lip liners would be one of those things that you could get fairly inexpensive from the drugstore, or, you know, online at like NYX or LA Girl, any brand, because you're gonna go through them a lot. Then I have this little pouch, just has like doe foot applicators for gloss, some disposable lipstick brushes, and then some non-disposable lipstick brushes. And then at the bottom of this is just a bunch of different like liquid lipsticks and gloss type lips, and a pencil sharpener for the lip liners in case you have to use the same one on a second client, then you can make sure it's clean. And that's it for the lip / skin prep bag. So let's move on to the next. So this is the eye bag. Let's get started just real quick. I have some disposable mascara wands and eyelash glue in this little pouch, and then a mini eyelash curler. Definitely you need to have plenty of disposable mascara wands. You cannot use a mascara directly on the person. Unless, of course, it's theirs, or if you're gonna give it to them and it's never been used on anyone else. I rarely use glitter, but I do carry some in case. But honestly, most times people don't want any glitter. Then we have another view set. This is my eye view set, I guess. These three are MAC paint pots that I use as an eye base. And then this is a black gel liner. This is the Anastasia one. And then these down here are a couple, well, 8 different dip brow by Anastasia for brows. Honestly, I rarely use dip brow. Usually people want something a little softer. But I do have it just in case. Or sometimes, you know, if somebody wants a brown eyeliner, brown wing liner, I can use that instead. Then for my strip lashes that I include in my makeup price, I like to depot them, and I just, you know, cut them out of their packaging and place them in here. I have a couple different styles. This saves me a lot of space and a lot of time, because I think in here total there's at least like 20 sets of lashes, where if you had 20 sets of lashes in packaging, it would probably take up most of this entire bag. So I really love view sets. They have all different kinds, so you can customize, you know, what. And then here I have a Inglot 77 black gel liner, and then a MAC eyeshadow base. But most times I do use the paint pots. Then we have, this is my bridal Z palette. I use this like 99.9% of the time because it has a lot of the like soft tones that people usually want for bridal, or, you know, like special events. I have another Z palette if somebody wants something a little, you know, they want more color, they want some purples, some greens, blues, you know, bronzy tones, whatever. Then I have, all these are MAC single shadows. I guess I didn't mention in the other one, in this Z palette, if you have them, you probably know. Right here we have the Naked 2, then Naked 3. These are some Too Faced not single shadows, but it was like a little box. I don't remember the name, but it's matte. They're all matte. And then in this third row is The Bomb Qosmedix Dude something palette. And then these are some Urban Decay. It was like a little box shadow too that I depotted. Then we have all the eye pencils in here. Couple brow ones. I mostly use the brow powder, but you know, eyeliners. You do want to use good quality eyeliners. I know Urban Decay ones, sometimes they go on sale and you'll get like these sets where it has like a couple different, I think there's like a black one, these two, and they're like 20 bucks or something. So definitely take advantage when there's sales, or if you have a pro discount and there's a sale, you know, that's an extra plus. But if you're just starting out and you're not able to get pro discounts yet, then, you know, any little sets will be helpful, especially if they're common colors that will be used. Oh, and I was going to say, for eyeliners, if you just need to get single eyeliners, the Sephora waterproof brand are pretty comparable to the Urban Decay full-size ones, and they're only about, I think, $14 instead of like 20 something. So those are really good because they'll last in the waterline, and I know I haven't had any issues with them. Again, just like with lip pencils, with eyeliners, you're going to want to have the kind that you can sharpen. That way they're clean and safe for every client. I have some medical tape here. Honestly, I never really use it, but just in case, you know, I carry it. that's about it for the eye bag. Moving on. The last but not least bag slash pouch in my kit. This is the cheek slash face other stuff pouch. In this little section I just put like this little plastic container thingy I got at the dollar store, and these are all my different blushes, a couple of highlighters, just, you know, you gotta have different tones for different people. So then I depotted the Anastasia the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palettes. I do have the light, medium, and deep, and I think I only skipped like the shimmer shades that were in there because these are mainly the ones that I use. And then these are some blushes for deeper skin tones that I have from Graftobian, and I just put them in here so that way everybody has a blush color that will work for them. Then next we have the Anastasia brow palette, which I use pretty much every time. Sometimes I'll use a pencil, but generally I use this. And then in case any of those highlighters are not suiting, then I have this Ultimate Glow Kit, which I really love this because it has different kinds of golds that will complement different skin tones. And if you heard that, that was my bulldog yawning. He likes to be in here while I'm doing stuff and wants to figure out what's going on. So if you hear any funny breathing or any of that going on, it's probably him just trying to hang out. So that's pretty much it for my kit. I showed you guys every pouch, every side compartment, and all that. This is what I take to every makeup job, as well as my makeup chair. I don't know. If there's any specific questions, just let me know down in the comments. I'll be happy to help you out. And I will post the links for different stuff that I mentioned throughout the video. Yeah, that's about it. I had said before on my social media channels that I was gonna do some videos to help, you know, freelance artists or artists starting out or people who want to be makeup artists. So this will just be kind of part of a series. I did a kit video a while ago, but it was completely different setup, and I had taken a lot of stuff out of my kit at the time. So I just wanted to do this new kit video to update my kit for you guys, and then that way in the next videos when I mention certain stuff, then you can refer back to this video and see what it is or where I got it or why I use it, etc., etc. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Bo, who you heard growling a little while ago when he was yawning. He's a little camera shy, so, you know. But thank you for watching. I love you guys. See you next time.